If I call you Michelle sometime, sorry, because I'm used to saying Michelle. Are we ready? All right. It is 9:30 a.m., the 28th day of September, which is a Friday. We'll bring this special session of the Somervell County Commissioners Court to order. Let the record show Larry Hulsey, John Curtis, Danny Chambers, Kenneth Wood, and Don Krantz are all present. Item number, see which one I'm looking at here. There we go. Item number 1, discuss approve increase to road foreman salary increase from 13A to 13F, effective on next payday of October 3rd, 2018. Everybody good with that? Okay. Well, do I have a motion to that effect?
Yes.
I have a motion by Larry.
Second.
I have a second by Kenneth. Any further questions or discussion for Brady or Susie or anybody involved?
That amount was budgeted in the budget, so.
Yes. All right. All in favor of said motion? That's 5 for, 0 against. Item number 2, approve budget transfers. Back to Brian.
As promised, they are ugly. This is the cleanup. Hopefully, this will be the last ones. We will be paying a few more bills, next month. The lingering ones that come in. But this should take care of the lion's share of those things.
The last time on there where you took out each precinct, what was that money for?
It was just y'all didn't need it, so I took it to reallocate. We dug the road, so it was a fishing hole that I could go and get some money out of.
And whatever I've got left, I want to hang on to it.
Well,
what's left from that?
Right. I mean, it was only good through September 30th, so we don't roll that over, but we needed it, and so we went and grabbed.
We're lucky we got it to help somebody else.
I was just curious where it's going. You took the same man out of every precinct.
Tried to be as politically savvy as I could. Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion that we approve the budget transfers.
I have a motion by John. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Larry. Any further questions or discussion for Brian? All in favor of said motion? That's 5 for, 0 against. Item number 3, pay county bills for the final time in September.
Praise the Lord. $235,204.55.
I make a motion we pay our bills.
I have a motion by Kenneth to pay our bills.
You have a second?
I have a second by Don. John, would you like to ask a question?
Do we run a total court-appointed legal?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, Lord.
What are we looking at? So, there was a number on this particular one, which seems to be becoming quite regular.
I just saw that last week coming out of the judicial budget. I can't.
You got any ideas on?
Off the top of my head, no, sir. I'm fixing to do our fiscal year report that I have to turn into the state.
Yeah.
And I'll pass that along. But you see, the thing, and even then, that's going to be incomplete because the state does not allow me to report CPS cases, which is unfortunately probably more than our criminal cases.
I would like to know those.
Certainly.
Both.
We have a number, absolutely. And on this, there were 2 appeals for indigents that we're having to pay for.
Do you have any idea why the state doesn't want to know about the one?
Because they don't consider those, criminal complaints. So,
But it's unfunded mandates.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. We have to do it. And it's more so because the average CPS case, correct me if I'm wrong, probably has 4 or 5 attorneys. I mean, everybody gets an attorney. They hand them out like candy.
Each child, each parent, each grandparent, anybody that's an interested party.
And those cases last 18 months. Yeah. I mean,
and they reappear many times.
It's very frustrating. Yes, sir.
I think, and I hate to just shoot from the hip, I think we allocated like $60,000 in the budget line last year for that, and I think we're bumping right up against or going over that.
2 years ago, we had
right.
one CPS case go all the way to the Supreme Court that we had to pay for, and that we really busted the budget then. We were close to $80,000 that year.
One other item on the bills we're going to approve to pay out. There's a $60,563.78, and it looks like that's retirement.
That's the TCDRS.
Okay, so we can talk about that when we get to the zone.
Right. It just happens to be on this report because she hasn't cut the payment yet, so it shows
That's what
up
we
over
took
here.
out of.
It's out of the employees' checks plus the county matching part.
That's it.
Any other questions? I have a motion, I have a second. All in favor of said motion, that's 5 for, 0 against to pay our bills. We've got 2 addendums here before we actually adjourn. Discuss, take action on resolution for authorizing payment of certain county expenses through Susie and Brian.
This is the same copy of the resolution from last year. It's just authorizing the treasurer and I to pay certain timely expenses that are enumerated there, primarily being payroll taxes, utility bills, those type of things, which are approval if they're already in the budget. Considering that the budget is your approval of said payments. As the prior resolution expires midnight September 30th, this is for the coming fiscal year. I'll notice we have a couple of candidates for commissioners in the room, and so I'll let them know too that on this resolution anyone can object to it at any time, and the treasurer and I will cease to make those payments, and we will reconvene in a duly called meeting.
This was something else put in place last year because of some of the state language that they sent down.
It was basically the result of an attorney general's opinion that he felt like that the commissioners had to approve every expenditure of the county that included payroll.
That's, and most counties do it like that.
Right, and of course both weekly,
Court meeting.
every week, sometimes twice a week if it's a payroll week.
Correct.
So,
We still approve everything. It's just
correct. We're just taking the opinion that your budget approval is our approval.
right.
And we're paying those particular bills. We don't fall outside of that.
Make a motion.
I have a motion to adopt this resolution for 1 more year.
Second.
Have a second by Kenneth. Any
No
further-
changes to this from last year,
Just the
same?
days.
Okay.
Just the days.
Any further questions or discussion? All in favor of said motion? 5 for, 0 against. Would you pass that to Larry and y'all sign both copies? We'll send it this direction. All right, last item on the agenda. Discuss, take action on setting the employer contribution rate to TCDRS effective 1/1/2019.
Through our budget, I've always brought to your attention the amount of our unfunded pension liability. And over the years, our pension contribution rate for TCDRS has steadily increased. If you look at the if you look at the third page of this report, you will see how from, I guess, starting back in, well, it doesn't go in the past, I'm sorry.
This is the history. The other sheet is the history.
I'm sorry. There you go. First page, you can see starting in, say, 2011, we were at 12.85%, and then it just continues to increase, 13.5%, 14.27%, 14.8%. Did do a little dip to 14.49, then it jumped to 15, and it just continues to rise. And what determines that rate are a number of factors. Number one, the condition of the return of the market on the investments that TCDRS does. Secondly, any type of demographic changes to our pool of retirees and employees as they get older, as retirees live longer, things of that nature. And then the third component, or the third leg of that stool, is any changes to our plan that Commissioners Court approves, whether that be COLAs, things of that nature.
Buybacks.
And so those things all go into that rate. And the amount of the unfunded as well. So they try to make that so that the unfunded will be retired. Well, last year we got to a rate of 15.92% And now this coming year, they have projected a drop in our rate to a 15.44%. However, what we are asking for is that since we've already had this 15.92 that we've had in our budget, and that's what we have in our budget for this coming year, that we go ahead and elect to stay at the 15.92, which isn't much, but it certainly will help try to retire some of that unfunded liability.
Knock down some of it.
Even if it's an extra $1 at the end of the day, which would be more than that, it will help. And then, and if as long as we can do it, we'll try to do that each and every year, as long as it's feasibly possible, so that we can kind of get a handle on this unfunded part and maybe try to retire that, cut it in half. I mean,
but we're still at, 85, 88%, somewhere in that ballpark?
Yes, sir.
We're in the majority of the counties across.
Very
few are above 90%.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Not
look
that
at,
makes it right or wrong.
87.5.
the smaller ones and newer ones. In fact, I was showing the judge, we were looking at the audit report for the appraisal district, and because of its size and they haven't been a participant very long, they actually have an overfunded position. And how nice that would be. But we've been participating a long time, and when the county first started to participate, it gave prior year credit for all the employees at that point in time. So we started out behind the 8 ball, and it's just grown, and so we're just trying to get a handle on it, that's all.
1973 is when we started.
And granted, all the service credit at that point in time, even though it was unfunded, to existing employees.
Right.
So this is just something that I felt like in a conservative approach, we're already used to that number. Let's just keep it up for now, and it'll be to our benefit.
And if we ever have a cost of living adjustment that we want to do for the retirees, maybe we could pre-fund it
Certainly.
before we consider it.
There you
That
go.
would,
Have the money allocated before we vote
absolutely.
on it. Don't put us further in debt. Yeah.
There you go, type of a thing.
There you go.
On the third page of this handout, that's below the graph.
Yes, sir.
Is that are you proposing that plan?
No, sir. That is what they think will happen using, and if you look, the second sentence of that right below the graph, this projection is based on the same data, methods, and assumptions. So they're assuming that the stock market for all these years will return 8.5% annually, that our employee pool is going to be about the same. Pay increases are going to be about 2%. They just take all these assumptions, and then we're not going to do any COLAs or any buybacks. Nothing. And so if we did all of that, if all those things, and it was sunshiny for the rest of the days, then, by the year 2042, we could be down to a 0.82% contribution rate. But you and I both know the market's not going to be 8.5% annually. We're going to have negative years. And, so the first time any of those factors change, all of this changes.
But that's the only factor really that's out of our control as far as if we guide it in the right direction and keep going in the right direction as far as we pay attention to what we do with the buybacks and the COLAs and how we fund them. A lot of it's under our direction. That's
Well, except that, correct me if I'm wrong, buyback we have to do if an employee requests it, right?
I'm not sure about that. I haven't been in on one of those
Okay.
yet. So
And it's been several years, I think, since they allowed them to do it, hasn't it? When was? I don't remember the last time we actually.
Well, since I've been in office, they was going to allow it.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it was your predecessor who had told me
Yeah.
that if the employee requests it, we have to at least compute it
Yeah.
and allow them to do it if they want to. Now, it does mean that the employee has to come up with some money.
Right.
They have to pay back their
Right.
part, but then it costs us money if
Plus.
they do that. 'Cause we
Their
have
part
to-
plus.
Yeah, the 7% that they missed, absolutely. And then the same for us. They go back and recalculate what our part would have been on that.
Then we
So-
got to catch up again.
Yes, sir. Well, they just simply add it to our tab, is what they do. They're very nice about that.
And they allow you to put in whatever you want to. You don't have to put in what, I mean, you could go
employee.
over that.
The employee.
Yeah, the employee could go over that amount that it calculates that you buy back. Because I was going to buy back, but I didn't have no money, so I didn't do it.
It's a chunk when you start looking at.
Certainly, I mean, that 7% is nice on the earning side, but well, when you have to start paying that thing back, yeah.
No, they wanted a lump sum, so you had to have
Right.
the money
Absolutely.
before
So-
December 1st.
So my recommendation is for, from the county's perspective, I think this would be a good and a reasonable way to start attacking that. Since we're light on debt, we don't have any debt balances, and this would be something that we should really focus on.
So the rate, if the motion is made, would be 15.92%. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, do we have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
I have a motion by John. Do I have a second?
Second. Larry.
I have a second by Larry. Any further questions or discussion for Susie or Brian? All in favor said motion. That's 5 for, 0 against.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I have a motion by Kenneth to adjourn.
I make the second motion.
I have a second. All in favor? 5 for, 0 against at 9:46 a.m. That's the last time we shall meet this fiscal year.
Thank you, gentlemen.